Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, coming undone like the sweater in a Weezer song, down in the woeful warrens of Perfidious Manor, in Darkest Dungeon. What's up with the Weezer hate, Pete? Well, I make the Weezer reference because it does seem supremely appropriate, given that Gwen Stacy died to a freaking squeal from Wilbur the pig. Really, Darkest Dungeon? That's how you want to roll at me with this? That's how you're coming at me? It's like when Weezer put out Hurley, the album Hurley, you know, named after the character Hurley from Lost. You're gonna death blow me with a 1 damage stun attack? That's, it's like that song Where's My Sex off Hurley. Even for Weezer, that's some subpar bullshit. It's a song about a freaking lost sock, man. The song is about a lost sock. What's next, Rivers Cuomo? You gonna sing a song about the anal seepage you're experiencing because of the thrombotic hemorrhoid you've got? Sure, why not? Let's go for that. It could be the dankest #1 single off of your next album. Oh wait, Hurley actually did like straight up trash, right? And like nobody bought that. I like Weezer objectively, and I think Hurley is the worst thing they've ever produced, which is saying something because they produce a lot of crap. In addition to some quality music occasionally, a lot of crap. Even stuff I like is not immune to my criticism. I'll get critical of anything, including the fact that I got Gwen Stacy killed. But, I mean, I don't know what we could have done or how we could have avoided it. It was a squeal. AoE attack. Hit her right after she got walloped for some crushing damage from the Swine Prince. Maybe the lesson is just don't fight bosses. Perhaps that's the lesson we should be taking away from this, and maybe the lesson Rivers Cuomo should take away is, you know, don't write a song about every little thing you see. Next time you see a spider in the bathtub, you know what? Just kill it, or wash it down the drain, or you being you, maybe capture it in a Kleenex and set it free outside. Whatever it is you're gonna do with it, don't write "You Really Freak Me Out" because that song blows, even though that song isn't on Hurley, which I was bitching about earlier. That song's on a different album, but still, the assertion stands. We didn't need that to exist. So what are we going to do this week? I was taking a look at the missions here because I forgot to hit the record button, so I was looking around. As you can see, we've already got a team built. Then I remembered that I wasn't actually recording. But I've got it narrowed down to basically 2 choices. We're looking at this mission. It's a long apprentice for 100% of room battles. 9 deeds, which is real tempting. But this comes with a profane scroll, which I am not a real significant fan of. I know a lot of people like the 2nd slot Vestal with the profane scroll, and I'm not against them per se. It's just not really how I use my Vestals. I think the profane scroll is fantastic if you are running a Vestal heavy team, or even the rare all Vestal team, which can work, except they have problems with stress management. I think instead, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here into the Warrens, back in, you know, you got to get back on that horse. This is the one that bucked us off. We're going to get right back on it. Stupidly. Also, if a horse bucks you off, don't necessarily get right back on it. What you should consider doing is just giving up horse riding, because horses suck. They're big, they're stupid, they're mean, they're strong, they're powerful, they're dangerous. There's nothing good about horses. Nothing. But it would be good for our new grave robber, Sophia Pelletier, who we picked up and who I'm assuming is going to come lurching out of the barn at any minute, ready to devour us all. Also picked up Sybil Branson, because I guess I can't get enough of the tragic Downton Abbey characters, but I digress. We're going to go in with the greater good. I think we do this one. The 4 deeds. You know, does this put us within striking range of another upgrade? Because I'm beginning to wonder if we're going to actually have time to start leveling some of these characters. I'm beginning to think they may be so far behind. It's sort of a bad time investment to even try with them. We need 32 deeds to upgrade weaponsmithing to 4. What do we need to upgrade our stagecoach again? Let's just check into this. We need Instructor Mastery 3, Weaponsmithing 3. We could get some of those deeds by trading in crests, which we're probably ultimately going to wind up doing. Number of available heroes to 5 would be not nothing, although our barracks is full currently, so the number of available heroes is like less relevant. I kind of think we need the deeds more than we need the trinket. The Grave Robber's Talisman is really good. It's bonus accuracy. It's more importantly bonus dodge. It's also plus stress, though. It has a drawback. The 7,500 gold. Oddly enough, we're in a situation where we don't necessarily need gold. Speaking of which, let's check at the blacksmith very quickly before we send these folks in. And make sure everybody who's going on the mission is as fully upgraded as we can get. There's no reason to not... Ah, see? Yeah, we can... I mean, we've got the cash. We might as well spend it. Let's get you guys pumped up. We got the ducats. Use the ducats. We're not a pauper like that pathetic Jack Dawson to be overshadowed by the much less talented and handsome Billy Zane. I got the cash. I'm not afraid to spend it. We might as well go into the guild here, too, and handle our skills. Why not? It looks like the skills have actually already been handled. What about you, Hicks? Dwayne's good. Lori, you cool? No. Well, let's fix that. And Battlefield Medicine. Not really going to worry about Disorienting Blast. I'm not a huge fan of that. It does have a stun, which is nice, and it can stun enemy. It also clears corpses, which, again, is interesting. I think there's a place for Disorienting Blast. It's just not one of my go-to powers, so I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. 9 deeds and a potentially useful trinket, or a definitely useful trinket, and 4 busts. That's the question. You know what? I'm going for the D. Heirlooms are easier to come by. You know, okay. Stick with your gut, Pete. My gut was to go for the Gray's Robber's Talisman. I'm going for the Talisman. It's Indiana Jones time. Throw me the whip. No, you throw me the idol. No, throw me the whip. Now, you know what? To hell with both of you. Don't throw me a whip. You keep the damn idol. So what do we want to do for Dwayne Hicks? I would like to minimize his stress getting, if possible. We don't really need to give him bonus blight skill chances. We are going into the Warren, so damage versus beast is good for -2 dodge. Not necessarily a crippling penalty. If we're going to tank his dodge, we might as well tank it all the way. So let's give him big bonus damage then and just call it a day. Accuracy for melee skills I likewise don't necessarily hate. The Warrior's Cap feels like a trinket that doesn't get enough attention. It's surprisingly good. Any of this stuff we want to go with? Nope, none of that really does anything for us. So, we got our leper here. We're going to be giving you... You know, we can't afford to change positions here. That's fine. We'll swap you 2 around. Let's put you in the first position then, Dawson, so you can take advantage of this leper's bracelet. And I think we're going to give you the Warrior's Cap, because the bonus accuracy is actually more useful for the leper, who has a lower base accuracy to begin with. On our Plague Doctor, this is already sorted. It's going to be definitely a Blasphemous Vial. And I think we go with just a Blight Amulet here is fine. Vestal, well, Sacred Scroll. And then we're going to go with like a Tome of Holy Healing, right? Wait, do we not have a Tome of Holy Healing? I thought we had a Tome of Holy Healing. Am I insane? Didn't we have a Tome of Holy Healing? I thought we had something that gave our Vestals like huge bonuses. Or did we just stack up massive stress? Oh, that's what we did. We just went with Junia's head. Well, here we go. Let's just do that. We're going to take a little bit of extra stress. It's fine. It's a long mission. We've got some innate stress relief thanks to Corporal Hicks here. I feel like we're going to be okay. Let's get down in provision. So, food. How do we want to handle our food management? I think I'm just going to go with 2 full stacks of food. Shovels, 1 full stack of shovels. Let's get 2 additional anti-venoms. Give me 2 bandages, 2 medicinal herbs, just the 1 key. That's really all we ever need. 1 holy water for... no, we already... You know what? We already have a holy water, and we're not likely to need it. Let's just go with torches, then. 2 full stacks, plus, I think, 2 extra. This feels good enough for a long apprentice, at any rate. In and get to work, then. Into the Warrens, into the Warrens. I was trying to do an Into the Woods kind of reference there, but then I remembered I've only ever seen that play once, and I didn't really care for it. So, probably trying to sing some of the songs from a musical that you saw one time and work that into is maybe a bad idea. Do you like musicals, Pete? I do like musicals, actually. Just, you know, I think most musicals are stupidly written. Like, you get your chitty chitty bang bangs and your Oklahomas and whatnot that don't really make sense. But a musical... excuse me, a little phlegm issue there. But musicals that have, like, a sensible plot and a discernible reason for existence, those I like. Like, say, you know, The Music Man. Yes, it is a musical, but the plot also makes sense. It's got a grifter who's coming into town to grift, and it turns out he really underestimated the skill set of the people in the town. They have hearts of gold. They don't deserve to be grifted. I'm just going to instead actually form a marching band and lead that band. This town's headed for trouble, and that rhymes with T, and that starts with P, and that's for Perfidious Pete. Sweeney Todd, you know, another musical. Periodically, yes, the characters break into song. But it's not just only about the breaking into song. There's a reason they sing. I'm not going to fight 2 hallway battles. We're here to do room battles. There is a curio and a trap, and a curio and a trap, but one of these curios and traps we can actually sort of get by hook or by crook, just by doing a little backtracking. We're on a long dungeon here, so I don't mind taking a little extra effort to backtrack. I really don't. Save ourselves a little bit of light. Bump this torch, keep the light level high. If we need more light, we also have, you know, we can always toss a camp. And this is a good encounter for us as long as we aren't surprised, which we did not get. That's fantastic. We go for the double stun. We kill the two front guys with some little combo damage from Jack. Ho, 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 what a shot! Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that felt real good. Alright then, we're gonna drop a bolt of lightning on that chump stain, and can we whack him with a mallet? We cannot, but we can go for the single target. Critical damage, bifurcated. He's been severed with a power unknown to man. Them some drums of debilitation. Lori Grimes can take a little stress here. Actually, no, just marked. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and whack you with that. And I think it's going to be stress relief across the board here. Although we could go for the kill. Instead, I think you have no stress. Alright, go for the withstand then. I want to try and get one free turn of stress relief here out of Corporal Hicks. Because Rita Morgan did come into a dungeon that's a little over her head. She's not necessarily ready for this. I still like our chances of finishing this guy before he gets another action. It didn't get it done. Okay, so our effort to save us stress is in fact quite the opposite. Should have just killed him. Should have just killed him.
As the fiend falls.
Well, better late than never. 3 extra stress relief. We did manage to pick up a bonus key. If we find a chest, we might be inclined to use that. But what are we keeping our keys for? Somebody actually recently posted in the comments, "Hey Pete, how come you never use keys on chests?" Usually because I only have the one key, and I save that key exclusively for secret rooms. Sparkle of coin, you see. Pack contains loot. Lori Grimes touching shit she maybe ought not be touching. But in this case, we're fine. I don't care about the Journal of Darius. Beat it. Is it the Journal of Darius Rucker? I care if it's the Journal of Darius Rucker, because honestly, I've always wanted to know about the intricacies of the workings of Hootie and the Blowfish. But if it's not Darius Rucker, I find I care considerably less. Alright, give me this dang stun. Lock down the stress units. That's perfect. Give me some big damage here. Jack Dawson is killing people with every single shot. The man is on fire. In fuego, some might say, especially if their name is Dick Vitale. Could do some stress relief. I think we're way better off to go for the kill. We are getting mad wrecking damage out of our 2 front men. Time to start assigning the blight. We are going to take some stress here. That pig man now is no longer an issue. He never gets to go again. That's fatal damage. We got the vomit. Give us a little bit of stress. As long as we don't come out diseased, we'll be okay. Excellent. And this is just a mark. All things considered, we came out of that pretty well. So let's drop. I mean, nobody's really hurt here. Bolt of lightning critical on Rita Morgan from the pig man, and some sweet stress relief, and now fatal damage on 2 units, which means we can focus on relieving some stress. Hicks, let's get rid of some of your own. Yours is a little bit high there. And we're going to go ahead and just take this self-stress relief on Jack Dawson. He had 1, which is now purged. And you 2 are going to straight up drop dead. So let's go for the heal. Give ourselves a little battlefield medicine. Hope for the crit, which we did not get. Kill 1. Kill 2. Good day, Pigman. Good day. So we got a damage stone. Well, first off, get rid of that journal page because I don't want it. So, citrine still just 250 gold. Jade. Ah, they have upped the price of jade and emerald. So citrines now are still the least valuable trinket. Interesting. If we were going to throw something on the ground in fate, you know what? This damage stone, you're like 750 gold in an inventory slot. We'd be better off to take the citrine and stack it. Just scram. I'm not putting up with your shit. An unlocked strongbox, which is trapped. Dwayne Hicks has the blight. You know what? We'll just anti-venom that. We've got an abundance of anti-venom and not necessarily any way to use it. Let's see how we are in trap disarm. Do we have anybody who can handle a trap? 60, 60, 80, 50. Okay. Give it a try, Grimes. There you go. Lori Grimes picking up a little bit. We're going to take this box. Little walking stress, but we got some stashed heirlooms. A portrait, which we definitely want. Something's got to go, though. Well, that's going to be this holy water. Might as well drink it. If we're going to be sacrilegious and waste holy water, we might as well, like, waste it all the way, right? Why not be as sacrilegious as possible? Let's just, you know, put it in a shot glass and drink it. We're going to head back this way. I see no particularly compelling reason to fight these hallway battles. Honestly, I don't really see any compelling reason to fight that either. I think we may just go down and around. We do have to go up, and going through would save us a little backtracking. Because we don't necessarily have to come to this room. You know what? Let's just go through. I'm dithering here. I'm vacillating back and forth. I really need to get a vacilectomy. Take those vacillations right out. All right, 13 stress is unfortunate. This hook where it hurts, if we get hit with some nasty criticals here, we could be looking at a pretty big pile of stress in pretty short order. These guys only have 15 health. Let's see if we can get them killed before they get an opportunity to double puke us. Nice dodge from Jack Dawson. You know, I was hopeful we might get the kill before that guy got a chance to go, and that panned out for us. The thing, all right, the Rita Morgan lightning bolt panned out less well. Big old crit from Jack Dawson. We are racking up the slaughter. On the drawback side, while we do have fatal damage on this man, we now are not in a situation where we can double stack the blight. We got to single stack the blight. And that is not fatal damage either. Oh, no, just enough to get him. All right, perfect. This man's already dead, so I guess we'll go for the withstand. Dwayne Hicks is going to go for the stress relief, and then I think we'll have Rita Morgan just drop a heal. Hicks is going to take care of himself because he is currently rocking, you know, I was going to say the most, but yeah, he was actually our chief. Big critical there, some stress relief, also some nice healing. And let's just patch you up. Another crit, more stress relief. We're getting some luck there. Death by inches. And we picked up a little bit of emerald. Another journal page. Wow, we're getting a lot of these lately. And Darius the Highwayman once again. Again, Darius, I don't want to know. If it's not about what happened in the studio when you guys were creating your magnum opus Fairweather Johnson, I don't need to know about it. Lori Grimes has detonated the trap. The 19 stress is unfortunate, but hey, 80%. I mean, we're going to fail 1 in 5 of those. 83 light level is good enough for a fight. And we do have some stress relief available in the form of camping as well. We have surprise spiders. Everybody knows how I feel about surprise and spiders and that I am not a fan of it. We need this stun to stick. Okay, we've probably saved a life. Let's soften one of these guys up just to make sure that between Dawson and Hicks, we can generate at least 1 kill. Yeah, we're actually going to get more than 1 kill. Possibly 2 if Jack Dawson fires big here. Oh, look at that. 3 men down. This guy is stunned. He's definitely going to win a speed roll. No, he did not. All right. Well, he's definitely going to be blighted then. 1 shy of fatal damage, but that's not even going to matter. Taking him down. This leper is wheeling and dealing. Citrine. Onyx is still 500 gold, which we want. We also want this bust. We really need to shuck some inventory here. All right, let's get rid of these bandages. Why did you buy bandages if you're just going to throw them on the floor, Pete? I don't necessarily... You know what? I feel like we need heirlooms more than we need cash at the moment. It's a bizarre situation to find ourselves in, but... Would I rather have 500 gold or 2 busts? You know what? Give me the busts. The citrine and the blightstone I'm not really that interested in. Bone altar. This one is one we just touched, right? Yeah. Altar infuses the hero with great power. Bonus damage, bonus accuracy until we camp. I was considering camping in this room, but with those bonuses, sort of feels unnecessary. Little surprise pigman. Oh, the joke's on you, pigman. Who's surprised now? All right, let's get you softened up with a little bit of case of the blight back there. And not fatal damage, but we're going to get the double Jacques kill there with Corporal Hicks. Nicely done. Drop the lightning bolt. Not going to produce fatal damage, but we are in a scenario now where this is the only attack we're going to take this fight, and everybody else is going to be able to focus on stress relief and healing. So, might as well heal yourself. No critical. Criticals is really what we're looking for here. Well, we're not going to get a chance because that man dropped dead. Take it all. No, we absolutely have to have these deeds. We can cure blights and bleeds, so let's ditch the anti-venom. Maybe we shouldn't have bought extra anti-venom then. We do need to camp at some point just so we can get rid of one of these logs and maybe free up an inventory space. I think we will camp in the next room. Got a crate here. Go ahead and check it out. Hicks, some stashed heirlooms. I'll take them. You know, we've got a full stack of crests. I'm going to have to abandon those. We definitely are going to camp here, though. We've got to free up some inventory room. No room battle, which is fantastic. Let's drop the firewood. We're going to feast. That frees up yet more inventory room. Also gets us some good stress relief. We're going to go for the zealous speech that gives everybody minus 15 or stand tall. Nobody is debuffed. That's minus 15. Our leper has 0 stress. You know what? Yeah, do it. We're getting good stress relief out of that. Do you have the prevent ambush? You do not. All right, well, here. Who has... You have 12. You have 3. Let's go ahead and encourage... Oh, no. Encourage, though. There you go. That's got rid of your stress. Do we have anything we can use to prevent nighttime ambush? I mean, you don't need stress. We could give somebody a pep talk for 2. We should definitely bless someone. Let's drop the bless here, and that leaves us with 2 time. We could encourage, but for 3 overall stress, that doesn't really feel like a great investment of our time. We could treat a disease from a target if only anybody had disease. I think what we'll do is let's just throw a little pep talk here at our girl Rita Morgan. Strong and powerful. We are the flame. Not even a nighttime ambush. All right. Solid. We're making good progress here. We got a room battle. We're definitely going to go this way. There. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's step out 1 and just snag this curio. There's no drawback into taking... yeah, we'll try it. Dull and uninteresting. These scrawlings are dull and uninteresting. I must be reading a copy of The Maze Runner then, I guess. Pete, are you firing shots at The Maze Runner? Yes, I'm firing shots at The Maze Runner. I don't really think it was that good of a young adult novel. Rack of Blades. Well, I wish we'd kept on some of those bandages. Hero receives a nasty gash. Leper resisted bleeds. I'm frankly flabbergasted by that. Lepers are actually quite prone to bleeding. Not actual lepers. I think they're prone to just like having chunks of themselves fall onto the floor and stay there. Darkest Dungeon, lepers are susceptible to bleeds. We're going for the immediate stun. We want to keep those drums. That was the wrong attack, Pete. That was supposed to be a stun, and you definitely did not stun them. Now we're going to get hit by Drums of Doom. Nope, Drums of Debilitation, a mark, which is objectively worse because this Munch attack has bonuses against marked targets. We need to get some kills here. I went single target to make sure we could kill 1 man who had not acted yet, as opposed to going for the aggregate AoE damage. Jack Dawson's going to be able to handle both of those. I got a pretty strong feeling. I'm actually going to forego healing in order to have Rita try to put this guy down in a place where we can get him dead. Dawson destroying 1 corpse, killing another one. He still beat us. Drums of Doom is bad. That's stress for everybody. But that's it. That's the last time we're taking... Oh, it must only have a chance for stress on everyone. Well, let's hit you with this blight attack then. And that's fatal damage all around. So the rest of this turn is going to be spent healing and stress relieving. Except we have no real stress, so I guess we'll purge? Let's just withstand. It does give us a protection buff. Hicks, why don't you go ahead and just fix that tiny bit of stress that Rita Morgan picked up. Morgan, we want you to throw the AoE heal. And I would love to see our Plague Doctor win a speed roll here. He did it! We can cure! Who's got the worst of it? Now let's throw it on Dawson. He's actually more hurt. And, hey, we'll withstand again. That's fine. Leper protection bonuses can get extraordinarily high when you start stacking that particular buff. Picked up a bonus shovel, some heirlooms, 1,000 gold to boot. And at this point, we have basically paid for our provisions. I'm feeling good about this mission. So far, so good. I probably just jinxed it. Every time I think things are going well, it always ends in tragedy. Pack is a map inside, right? We got no additional scouting off of that. What I'd really like to get my grubby mitts on is a copy of that old secret room there, because they did, in one of the most recent patches, vastly increase the worthiness of puzzling trapezohedrons. They're worth like 5 grand now. And in general, they overall upgraded the value of some of the various and sundry types of loot. Loot in general, non-cash loots that is, tends to be more valuable. Critical for Rita Morgan. You know, she got bad humors, but that is entirely curable thanks to our Plague Doctor. We're going to go for the stun early. Let's try and put those dudes on lockdown and see if our boys in blue up front could manage to get the knockdown. Why are they boys in blue? I don't know. I said boys. What else would I have said? I could have said, what, our smoking in the boys' room guys? The boys that are back in town? How many Thin Lizzy jokes can I possibly toss in, even though it's not necessarily a joke so much as just a mention? Corpses with 9 health we can't really do anything about. Let's just go for the stress relief. This is why Dwayne Hicks is here. When things are down, you know, Dwayne doesn't have anything better to do, we can always go for the stress relief. Speaking of which, let's get a little blight started here. Criticals are nice, but critical blights are probably the least useful variety of critical. Johnny Pigman over there is still stunned. Let's go ahead and purge. We'll bring both of these guys forward. That'll give Hicks a chance to maybe do some serious damage to one of them. Not fatal damage yet. If that had hit, it would have been. Hit them both. Straight up fatal damage on one, and this Pigman never gets another chance to go. Perfect. We'll get whatever we can out of it, which ain't going to be much because he just immediately dropped dead. There's the bandage we needed a minute ago to interact with that rack of rusty blades, but say la vie. And poke this. Alter infuses the hero with great power. Our bonus damage here, huge. Minus 15 stress for 2 battles. We got bonus damage until camp. We got big time bonuses here. Onward. Okay, Grimes, this is you. There's that disarm we needed. A pile of scrolls. This trinket is new? We burn this and it gets rid of a negative quirk, I think. The icon is new, which is why I'm confused. You have Necromania, which is not really a problem. You have Flagellant, which I don't care about. Kleptomaniac, which is straight up terrible. Warren's Phobe is also not great. Lygophobia and Plutomania are not really problems. Scattering is shitty, but not the end of the world for a Vessel. You will not meditate. I think we have Dwayne Hicks straight up burn these scrolls. I think this is just a new icon for an old curio. Yep, that's exactly it. Kleptomaniac, we got the roll. The one we wanted gone is gone. Our kleptomania has been cured. Thank God for mysterious scrolls lying around the dungeons in the dank depths of a horrible haunted manor. Sometimes, Scooby-Doo, you find good things in the depths of the haunted manor. It's not always Old Man Witherspoon who's just trying to, you know, get people to run out so he can open his haunted amusement park. Solid aggregate damage there. Rita Morgan is able to capitalize to bring us home the kill, which means Dwayne Hicks is definitely going to sever that man's head. And now all we got is 2 of these little guys who are stunned and who are likewise going to get worked over. Here comes the Blanket Fire. We expected them to win the speed rolls. Blanket Fire is not hugely accurate. I'm not crediting our team with the dodge so much as I'm penalizing that guy with the miss. Give me the Blight. We'll open that up. We're in all likelihood, well, first we're going to group heal. Nice critical as well as undo that Blanket Fire damage. Would very much have preferred to just purge and then get a shot with Hicks. You know what? That's still what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and take the stress relief on Rita Morgan. And let's go for the purge. The purge, that's right. We have suspended all police activity in this city. The purge has come. Ethan Hawke is going to show up at your house and, like, take your stuff without fear of repercussion. Was Ethan Hawke in the purge? I don't know. Honestly, I'm making references to it. Never seen it. Not something I was really... I know Ethan Hawke was in, like, one of the sequels to The Purge, I think. I'm familiar with, like, the basic premise of The Purge. It also seems kind of ludicrous, but, yeah. A movie doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly sensible. Got a little bit of stress. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. The Purge could be a fantastic film, too. Like I said, I've never seen it. I'm not judging. I'm judging sight unseen here, which is, you know, not a great idea. We're just going to go for some extra heals. Mostly we're trying to farm crits while that guy drops dead from the catastrophic blight damage he's got on him.
Success. So
Catastrophic blight damage would be a great fucking name for a band. What's the name of your band? Catastrophic blight damage. Dude, you guys are hardcore. What do you like, metalcore, or maybe like some sort of like grindhouse screamo? You know, if grindhouse screamo is actually a genre, I don't want to know. We need a little stun action here. Let's put those guys on lockdown while our front two deal with the enemy front two. We've got a really strong powerhouse of dynamic duo offense coming up front. We'll hook where it hurts. Didn't critical, which is all we care about. Pushes that man back, which is objectively good for us, because it lets Dawson work over Jimmy the Pig Boy. We could go for a bolt from the blue to try and get the kill, but we could also do some healing, which, you know what, feels necessary. Let's go ahead and take the single target heal here. I've confidence that Hicks is going to mop this up, and he did with aplomb. That man is still stunned. Let's go ahead and drop the blight damage. Get that started. We have fatal damage on this guy, so we have to do nothing else to him, and the dodge is beautiful. Comes a little butcher's cut. Another dodge. Our team will not be gainsayed. Double KO. Of course, one of them was a corpse already, so he was technically already dead. Dwayne Hicks with a thunderous wallop. Holy crap, is he? I mean, Hicks is on fire. He is in fuego. He's in fuego, baby! Dickie V here to let you know all about the doings down in the darkest dungeon. Dickie V is also here to let you know about the latest stylings in women's lingerie. Surprisingly, another area of Dickie V's expertise. So we can't really just afford to leave 900 gold lying on the floor, right? There's not a lot of dungeon left. Let's get rid of... You know what? I'll max my light level. I'm gonna dump these torches for that gold. This sacrificial stone is, I think, the one we just poke. No. Oh, our hero is deeply disturbed and took a massive catastrophic amount of stress. There's one sacrificial stone on which you're supposed to throw firewood, and I can never remember which one it is or what benefit it gets you, but I'm pretty sure that was it. Comes a rend for the old gods. Jack Dawson just is untouchable, man. The enemies cannot pin him down. We could have gone for the stun here. Instead, I'm going to start ticking the blight damage. We're going to take one stressful incantation on Rita Morgan. Let's hope she can fire back with the bolt from the blue and put this guy down into the fatal range. Then we don't have to take any more stress attacks. All right, bleed on our leper is a bit of a problem, but if Dwayne Hicks can follow up with the quality Jacques here, which he did, that problem is immediately eradicated. And that's fatal damage. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a chance to do any stress relief because that guy always wins a speed roll, so we knew he was going to drop dead. I mean, you got a debuff here, Rita. Why don't you go ahead and use these medicinal herbs? Oh, this is a debuff that can... Oh, until end of quest. Okay. Well, I had thought that might be something that could be purged, but I guess my Ethan Hawke purge knowledge has betrayed me. No stress on this unit. We just got to disarm the trap so we don't have to step on it. Is that the sparkle of coin you see? So much blood. Pack has a map inside. Some scouting for that secret room, though. Darkest dungeon? Any day now? No dice. All right. Still not gonna give it to me, huh? Okay. You're never gonna get it, Pete. It's like a Salt and Pepper song. No, you're never gonna get it. Was that Salt and Pepper? I got a feeling, you know what? For once, I'm not too terrifically horrified about spiders. When engaged in surprise, this group seems like they've got the soup to do what's necessary to capitalize on the fact that our enemies are surprised. We got the kill here, and this opens up the door for Dwayne Hicks to do a little stress relief, actually. We could have probably killed one of these spiders, but I think the 7 stress is probably a better bet, considering they're both stunned. They're going to beat us on speed rolls, but the worst they can really do is just some damage. And I'm not overall that concerned about it. And they can't even do damage when Dwayne Hicks just refuses to be touched. Go bite Rita Morgan. As long as it's not a crit, that attack straight up missed. Beautiful. Take a little more stress relief here. We're going to do a little stress relief here. Withstand is such a good self-stress relief ability. Morgan, we need you to do 4 damage to that spider so that we can chuck some blight at him at the start of our next turn. Make that be fatal damage. This fight is over. Team Spider just doesn't know it yet. Another chance for a little bit of stress relief. Let's go ahead and throw it at our leper since he's still chief amongst the stress leaders. You know what, Rita? Throw an AoE heal. Try and farm an AoE crit. Didn't get it. Still, the healing is also useful.
A trifling victory.
Well, the journal page. Yep, okay. It's not the journal of Darius Rucker this time. I'm definitely not interested. I think we're going to get rid of these medicinal herbs because I would rather have the busts in this case. We are short heirlooms. I can't discard the keys just in case there's a secret room. You know what I can discard, though? Those shovels. 175 gold is worth well more than we're going to get for selling those shovels. Touch the bone altar once again. Dark altar infuses our hero with great power. Man, this guy is... Jack Dawson is really tooled up, baby. And no, he hasn't been out drinking all night in the Lido deck or wherever it was that they put the proletariat people who were on that ship with Rose. Pack contains loot. All right. 200. Okay, we've got some food, which shockingly we use surprisingly little food here. We'll just go ahead and nosh that. Grab the gold. Throw the journal scribblings on the floor. Well, I'm regretting having thrown away our medicinal herbs, but on the plus side, we can just not touch that. We don't really need the damage buff at this point anyway. Our team is, like I said, Jack Dawson is already tooled up, man. We don't need him to keep drinking. We got the surprise. Sweet. Well, this is going to end ugly for y'all. A little bit of double stun, and I think we're probably going to be able to kill these guys before they get a chance to go. Let's just... Oh, never mind. Dwayne Hicks coming out of the barn, fired up with the double KO from the Jacques, and we're going to go for the purge here. Little critical purge, bringing our enemies to the front. Their stun wears off, and get ready to get wrecked, son. We're still going to take 1 drums of debilitation. A critical is unfortunate. 10 stress, though, not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and give this man fatal damage, or mostly fatal damage, so we don't have to really worry about that again. 4 damage for Hicks on the munch. The blight as well, stacking on. You know what? Go for the withstand, actually. Get rid of 10 of that stress. We're okay overall. Let's get the Jacques. Not the double KO, but honestly, that's fine. The double KO isn't necessarily what we needed. I wouldn't mind a little more stress relief, and those critical heals go a long way in the stress relief department. This is fatal damage, and if anybody else can beat this guy on a speed roll, we can get maybe a little more stress relief or some bonus healing out of it. You got nothing, son. That's what you got.
This expedition at least promises success.
Well, we've got a little extra food. I don't even think we have anybody who can eat it. No one is hurt. Food goes on the floor, then. I guess we'll drink the holy water and Darius Rucker. There it is. More of the Darius telling us about how he wrote Southbound Train. We're going to continue adventuring because we still have 1 chunk of torchwood and a key that we haven't used. So let's throw that skeleton key in the heirloom chest. Unlock the hidden compartment. We picked up some heirlooms for our trouble. 8 crests. What's between us and the end of the dungeon? We would have to fight a room battle for 1 curio. Objectively not a worthwhile trade. So let's get rid of the rest of these torches. Grab that, and we're going to camp here. Gonna eat this food? Why are you camping, Pete? The dungeon is over. Yes, but we've already got... I mean, we got the firewood. Why not take the free stress relief at the end? This party can walk out of this dungeon completely stress-free. Why would we choose to not do that? Also, what we want to do is the cure. We need... You do not have the ability that lets us get rid of Rita Morgan's... I thought you had... You don't have the ability that cures a disease, huh? Okay. Well, that sucks. Rita Morgan's got bad humors. What does bad humor specifically do? I don't recall. What does it do? Bad humors. Minus 20% max HP. Sucks, but not the end of the world. Let's throw a little pep talk. Just in case we do get a nighttime ambush here, let's make sure everybody is as stress resistant as possible. Blessed with good health, healthy, hungry, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's hungry. We're good. Walking out of the dungeon. Top champs, baby. Less stress than we had when we came in addition to a grave robber's talisman, a buttload of cash. This has been a pretty solid mission, and more importantly, I think, than even the buttload of cash and the lot of EXP, because that was a long mission, we got quite a few heirlooms here as well. We don't really need to watch them all tick up. 3 portraits, 4 deeds, 32 crests, 12 busts, a pretty solid haul. How do we make out at the end game? Armor Tinker, that's a fantastic ability. Weak Grip, doesn't really matter. Lori Grimes, we're not even going to worry about that one. And Fast Healer is, you know, a thing. Man, I feel really good about the way that dungeon went. That one felt solid. The team was really gelling, firing on all cylinders, working together in unison, pulling at the traces as one. Level restrictions are removed for the next quest. Interesting. Putting ego aside does not come easily to such seasoned survivors, but the new recruits are palpably grateful for the assistance. This would be a way for us to get some of these guys some experience and maybe do a little bootstrapping, or alternatively, and probably what we will do, is get rid of a boss. And we did manage to get rid of the Curious trait as well. I'm thinking this is probably going to be one where we go down and do a boss bash. I'm thinking this would be a fantastic time to fight the inchoate flesh. That's probably what we'll do, but we're going to do that next time. I'm going to go fight my own impersonal coate flesh, and by which I mean maybe, you know, I don't know, go relax a little and maybe touch myself. Since I call my penis the inchoate flesh. Well, you got a problem with it? Too bad. Can't stop me. Can't stop me from wrapping it up either. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support really does mean a lot to us. And the masturbation and Weezer references aside, and I do feel those things kind of dovetail nicely. Masturbation and Weezer go together like peanut butter and jelly. I say that, but I actually don't like peanut butter and jelly. I don't think they go together very well. They go together like peanut butter and chocolates. You know, those two things do go together. Got off into a weird area. I think I was outroing this. Yeah. So if you want to see more bizarre ramblings from my diseased brain, consider subscribing as well. New episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.